KLM Transportation Services began operations in 1963 under the ownership of Tom Y. Kobuke, W. J. Lyles, B. C. Lee, and Henry Moody Sr. On January 1, 1986, the name KLLM Transport Services, Inc. was adopted and recorded as the official title of the corporation. Starting out in 1963 as KLM Transportation Services as a truck brokerage service, KLM's primary business was handling exempt commodities. KLM's main traffic arteries crossed the southern United States. By 1967, KLM realized the brokerage business was good, but not really all of trucking. The founders began to acquire a fleet of equipment with the purchase of 3 tractor-trailer combinations. Early in 1972, KLM began hauling regulated commodities. General authority was granted from the Interstate Commerce Commission, making it possible for KLM to continue hauling regulated commodities in July 1982. As I said before, KLM changed its name in 1986 to KLLM Transport Services, Inc. The name change honored the founders of KLM by using the first initial of the last name of each of the original founders. Known today as KLLM Transport Services, Inc., specializing in providing high-quality transportation services across North America and Mexico. KLLM services include over-the-road, long-haul, regional transportation, dedicated, intermodal, and logistics. All of KLLM's modern fleet of trailers are refrigerated. Those customers requiring temperature-controlled services, as well as those customers wanting to ship dry freight, can ship their freight with confidence. Headquartered in Jackson, Mississippi, KLLM maintains constant satellite communications fleet-wide. This system allows for monitoring the status and location of every KLLM truck on the road at any given time. The system provides for a two-way communication link between the drivers and terminal personnel. Utilizing electronic data interchange, one of the most valuable tools used by the transportation industry. KLLM uses this technology to transmit and receive information electronically to and from drivers, such as status of loads, ETA on delivery or pickup times, and many other items of interest for the customer, driver, and headquarters. Enough on the company history. Let's head over to the rock quarry and talk about a replica of one of their old trucks from shortly after they added another L to their name. And this is the DCP by First Gear KLLM Nationwide Carrier Vintage Kenworth K100 with 40-foot reefer trailer. This depicts the livery shortly after they added a second L to their name. And there is the item number, 60-1015. And, like usual, I'll start off with the trailer. This is their 40-foot vintage reefer van. It's based on the old Fruhoff trailer. It has tandem rear axles with 10-hole chrome wheels. These are modern chrome wheels instead of vintage Bud style, which would have been nice if they'd start using those, but so far they're only using these modern chromes. It has a reefer on the front. It's the Thermo King reefer. It says Thermo King above the grill, and it has the Thermo King logo on the grill. There is a trailer number of 71488 on the corners on both sides. The reefer is in green with silver grill. It has green with blue stripes. KLLM is in blue, and nationwide carrier is written in black. There's marker lights at the top and none at the bottom on this trailer. It has the fuel tank underneath. It has a spare tire carrier with a spare tire and rim on it. It has soft rubber tires with a nice tread pattern on them. The standard screw down landing gear type with the braces painted in black. The axles have air brake canisters on them and working suspension. The top of the trailer is just painted silver. And over here on the passenger side, you see the KLLM graphics with the green and the blue stripe and nationwide carrier written in black. They've also tampoed over on this one a door. It's tampoed over the side, so it's not the greatest. You still see the rivet and the side detail. It would be nice if we had a real door, but this trailer tooling didn't have a cast-in door, so this is about the best they can do. It has the hinges and the cam locks for that door. This is probably one of the better trailers. It's definitely better than the first gear 40-foot trailer, so I'm glad that they keep using this one, and it is a really nice trailer. You can see the screw down landing gear type allows the trailer to sit off by itself very easily, and it sits up leveled out just like the real one. Now let's go on and look at the tractor. This is the DCP Kenworth K100 Aerodyne Sleeper. The tooling that they have, it runs on the standard modern day 10-hole chrome wheels front and rear with soft rubber tires. Again, it should have old Bud styles, but oh well. It has a sign that's tampoed here. I'll bring it in closer. It says leased to KLLM Transport Services. They have a fairly large lease operator division, and this would be one of them, and that explains the not real full graphics. It has more of an owner-operator paint scheme to it with the blue and the silver stripes with little white pinstriping around them. That would definitely have been an owner-operator touch. And a lot of companies do lease on drivers. You know, they own their truck and then they lease on, letting the trucking company get the loads, and then they just do the driving. It's a win-win for both the trucking company and the driver. There's a Kenworth logo up under the door, a lower marker light, turn signal, mirror, rear spotlight, the grab bars and steps so they can climb up in, which are, Kenworth had probably one of the best set of steps to get up inside their cab overs. And then there's a little wire loop grab bar above the door so you could hoist yourself in. It's probably the K100 was one of the easier cabs to get into for the cab over era. On top, you can see the two windows which make up the Aerodyne skylights for the cab, chrome air horns, and molded in bullet style roof lights, silver tampos with orange lenses. There's also a nice body matched blue visor up there. It's a real nice deep metallic blue. On the front of this tractor, the Kenworth grill with the big bar down the center and then Kenworth logo tampoed at the top. It has the two grab bars so you can pull yourself up and wash the windows, and then the two steps in the bumper. There's also the two driving lights down in the bumper and individual jewel style lights in the headlights. Duals on each side. The turn signals are right there. They are individual parts, and then they're just painted in orange. Interior of this truck, it has two high back seats. It has a nice dashboard that's the wraparound type. It has a doghouse, steering wheel, real nice interior for the cab. Passenger side, same details as the driver's side, except for it has the battery box and a small air tank here on this side. And there's the fuel tank, exhaust, grab bars, another leased to KLLM graphic. There's also quarter fenders and rear mud flaps. Underneath, we see the red transmission, black differentials with air brake canisters, drive shafts, working suspension, the rubber tire pattern on the tires, and the bottom of the engine painted in brown. It has positionable steering, not true steering, it's just positionable. It clicks in place, but that's just fine. You can also see the air cleaner there that's on the driver's side, and then the piping for the air intake and exhaust above it. Both fuel tanks are chrome with black bands. On the back, Kenworth branded mud flaps. Then it's got brake lights painted in red and backup lights in white. Up this way a little bit, you can see a diamond plate deck plate here, pogo stick. It has the single air intake on the driver's side and then the dual exhausts. There's also an air tank and grab bars over there. Really good. Fifth wheel is plastic and it pivots. Most of the cab is all die cast. There are plenty of plastic parts. The frame is a die cast frame on this one. Now, these K100s have tilting cabs. They click in place so they don't pop up just very easily. Under the hood you can see it has an inline 6-cylinder diesel with a red transmission and it's painted in brown. It has all the turbo piping and the air intake and exhaust piping underneath it. There's also a little chrome grill back there. Now let's hook her all back up together. To do that, need to snap that cab down, put the landing gear up, and then we'll get her hooked up and see her all again. Oh, a note about the back of this trailer. Forgot to say it. It has opening back doors and then the detailed insulated interior, white walls, silver floor, silver roof. Really, really nice. Other details on the back of it. It has the trailer number there, cam locks, door locks, the KLLM logo, nationwide carrier, and then the stripes from the side carry all the way across and around. Really, really sharp. Then for the trailer, they put KLLM Transport Services on the mud flaps and then the little diamond weights at the bottom. They're not chrome, so they're not flash, they're just painted in silver. Then you can see the brake lights and turn signals hanging down below. Really, really sharp trailer they made here. Now to hook this guy back up, all I got to do is a couple of twists on the landing gear and it's up. Then we hitch the truck back up with the kingpin dropped into the fifth wheel hole. And that is the DCP by First Gear Kenworth K100 Aerodyne sleeper with 40-foot vintage refrigerated trailer for KLLM Transport Services Inc. of Mississippi, a nationwide carrier. Trucking has come a long way since the first truck rolled to deliver its first load. Truck size and power plants have evolved in size and power. Trailers have grown longer to match the heavier loads. Dry trailers are slowly being replaced by temperature-controlled trailers. Once, drivers had to stop to phone into their dispatchers for information. But now, drivers can receive and send messages electronically right from the comfort of their cabs. Tomorrow is going to bring the all-electric powered trucks on the scene. What's next for the world of trucking and the general transportation industry? I was able to get a hold of a very, very limited number of these trucks to sell, as almost all of them went to KLLM internally. There's a link down below to get your very own replica of these hard-to-come-by internal release. Once they are sold out, the link will disappear forever. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please go on and smash that like button to really help me out with the YouTube algorithm. And if you enjoyed this video, let me know what you liked about it in the comments. And finally, subscribe for more videos like this one. I'm Logan, the 64th Gear Jammer Skeele, and I'll be back soon with another episode of Toy Talk.